YouTube.
And we are live. Good morning, Crypto Warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 674. Today is Thursday, March 4th, 2021, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish. And today's top stories: BitGo receives trust license from New York regulators. BitMex CEO Arthur Hayes may surrender to U.S. law enforcement next month. BitMex operator appoints PwC partner as chief financial officer. Gemini launches ETF and fund manager focused custody, clearing, and trade service. And last but not least, Crypto.com launches $200 million investment fund for cryptocurrency startups. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and take a look at these prices.
Yes, sir. So for the prices today, Bitcoin is at $49,264, down 4% today. Ethereum at $1,569, down 2.2% today. Cardano at 116, down 6.4%. Binance at 236.64 is down 3.7%. Polkadot at 35.84, down as well at 3.9%. Ripple at 45 cents is actually up 2.5% today. Litecoin at $184 is down 2%. Chainlink at $29.26 is down 3.4%. And last but not least, Bitcoin Cash at $516 is down 3.4%. So a lot of red in the market today, a lot of uncertainty in the market for people who don't know what's going on with the price action. But that's what happened when we're in chop. When we're going sideways, people are getting smacked up, smacked down, and the price hasn't really gone anywhere. We've been at 45 to 49 for like the last week and a half. So nothing really happening. Just don't get pushed out of your positions or sell thinking that it's going to go down forever.
Yeah, and looking at that XRP price, I saw on the news today one of the executives was trying to get that SEC lawsuit dropped. So, hey, Ripple is still fighting. And if they were to get that drop, I mean, that thing could possibly just overnight shoot straight up. So we'll continue watching that. What's going on, Madam Crypto, Brian Allen, Alec G? Yeah, what they on with Author, man? You already know we about to talk about Fonzo Clark, Leroy Forbes, Notes from Jew, Morning from Miami, Solar Mike, Crypto Q, Face Bitcoin, Sergeant Mac, Blues Lover, P-Man Band. Make sure you smash those likes and share. All right, top story of the day. BitGo is in the news. That is right. BitGo receives trust license from New York regulators. That's right. None other than a Goldman Sachs-backed crypto custodian, BitGo, has acquired a New York trust license to operate as an independent custodian in the state. That is right. Major American digital asset custody and security company BitGo has acquired a New York trust license from the New York State Department of Financial Services. According to the announcement, the new charter enables BitGo to provide custodial services for institutional clients in New York seeking to make large investments in crypto in compliance with local regulations. I guess shout out to Goldman Sachs back BitGo. I mean, it kind of goes along with what we were saying. As long as you're one of those traditional old school Wall Street companies, you can get those licenses. But hey, let you be a new company with some innovative ideas. This thing is like a freaking obstacle course to get through to these licenses. What's going on with this story?
Oh yeah, so it's much like anybody else, any industry. If you're in the music industry, so to say, if you stay independent, it's going to be a lot harder to get signed to a deal. The thing is, if you sign on with Def Jam or with whoever, much like the New York license, you can get all of the perks that come along with it. And one of those is the ability to get a license. And they actually stated here, the past year has been exceptional for BitGo and the digital assets market overall, primarily due to the influx of large financial institutions that bring a new level of credibility, liquidity, and stability to the crypto ecosystem. So again, for some reason, they feel like we need our parents to hold our hand and allow us to use our own money because we don't know what we're doing. Because apparently, these large financial institutions have more credibility. They do have more liquidity, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's more stable. However, BitGo, they do have insurance. They have the New York Trust license. They have custodial subsidiaries in Switzerland and Germany. And again, you get backed by somebody like Goldman Sachs, you're going to get these types of licenses pretty easily. So there is a need for this because there are institutions that are not, you're not going to have somebody with $1 billion on a paper wallet. So they're going to need services like this where they let you actually move your coins off of the exchange to your own cold wallet and enterprise grade security. So shout out to BitGo again, but you just got to know who you're dealing with. Backed by Goldman Sachs. and getting this license is something that's extremely hard.
Yeah, again, shout out to BitGo and Goldman Sachs. One thing we said was that these companies would eventually take over the narrative, and this is how they do it through ancillary companies. But yeah, I mean, this is good to see them in this space. The only thing I really don't like about this is a narrative that keeps going along with it. That now that the institutional investors are here, they're here to save the world. They're here to save the global economy. It's like you all are literally entering Bitcoin on year 12, 11, 12, and now almost 13. So that's my only thing with it.
They joined the gang when it was 18. And they
Right. Yeah, exactly.
and
You know
they
what I
talk about
mean?
all y'all that joined when y'all was 12. Y'all ain't know what y'all was doing. But
Yeah.
I'm an adult. So you're gonna join the gang when you're
Just not
adult.
started putting in work the last year or two. There's people out here, y'all types of stripes. All right. This is crazy.
Exactly.
This is madness to see to me. And again, it's just I don't understand it, but except for the capitalistic reason, just literally stealing the narrative to increase business. Because why else would you ignore like a whole set of people who have kept this economy afloat for the last few years, the last 10 to 12 years or whatever? So again, shout out to the institutions in Wall Street going to do what you guys are going to do. America. I mean, it's crazy too that they keep talking about Wall Street like the rest of the planet isn't invested in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It's just America
Yeah.
at this point.
Just America. This is for us. Our
Oh
license.
man.
Okay.
What's going on, Erica K? Diva Style. Good morning from South Carolina. I will succeed. I'm mad Sakin, 100%. Rodden Podcast. What up, though? Marcellus Love, Fanteezy 731, Prophet Shamar. Blues lovers that have breakfast with y'all every morning. That's what I'm talking about. What's going on, Lucy? Too Rich to Miss. Dexter Hans Senior from Dominican Republic. There we go. Less Square. I see everybody logging in now. Yeah, this is again crazy to see what's going on with BitGo. But again, what's even crazier than what's happening with BitGo and Goldman Sachs back BitGo is Arthur Hayes being in the news. That's right. BitMex CEO Arthur Hayes may surrender to U.S. law enforcement next month. This is what the New York AG Letitia was talking about. For everyone who gets scared, they're not talking about us and our low dollar amounts that we have. No, they want the people who have those multi-millions. You got to remember when you're talking about these federal cases, the judge, the prosecutor, everyone don't, even when it comes to taxes, I get everybody's asking about taxes right now. You can do the homework on it, but I think if you make less than $500,000 or done less than $500,000, if you haven't seen $500,000, the chances of you being audited by the IRS is like less than 1% or something like that. So when you talk about crypto taxes, when you're talking about the business of cryptocurrency and the ecosystem, how the New York AG warned everyone, for most people out there, they're not talking to you. They're only talking to people who are making about 500,000 to 600,000 plus a year in the crypto ecosystem. So I want to make sure I point that out. But again, this is BitMex CEO Arthur Hayes, who may surrender to U.S. law enforcement next month. What's going on with Arthur Hayes? Why is he considering surrendering to U.S. law enforcement? What's the deal here?
Oh, yeah. So currently, Arthur Hayes is in Singapore, which is what was told to the district judge of the Southern District of New York. They stated, "We have discussed with counsel how to arrange for a voluntary surrender, and he has proposed appearing within the United States in Hawaii and having his initial appearance there and then." They are stating that Hayes could actually live abroad, and then he could just travel to Hawaii for virtual appearances, which is crazy because if it's a virtual appearance, why does he have need to go anywhere? This is all jurisdictional bullshit that we have to deal with. I'm here, but you need to come here, so it actually is valid. Terrible. And the proposed bill package that we would present, that we would be presenting for your honor, she said it would include an agreement by the government that he be permitted to continue to reside abroad, and that he will be traveling to the United States for court appearances and meetings with counsel. The biggest thing with this story here is BitMex made too much money without the current powers that be being a part of it. That's the only issue. The same thing with Tether. Tether was making too much money. They came in, SEC, you're doing something wrong. It was so illegal, nobody went to jail, but they got paid 18.5 million. I'm pretty sure BitMex will be dropping about 100 million to pay off their debts, and then he'll probably move forward. Because think about how they're framing it. They're like, yeah, he can stay where he's at. Just come here, do his virtual conferences, and we'll go back and forth. Like, what is this, a meeting? It was like, that was a court appearance, people. But I believe when they're very casual like this with high dollar value corporations or exchanges, there's a reason. They're basically saying, hey, you know, we just want the money. Play ball, give us our money, and we'll leave you alone. I think that's what Arthur Hayes is going for.
And to piggyback on that, because I know we have legal experts out there everywhere say, well, this is the reason why they have to do this and everything. It's like, look, if you're coming up with rules in the ninth inning, I don't want to hear about the reason why a person needs to follow these rules as law. Like, and we've seen that in this space already as more people enter the space. We're like, well, the traditional law does say, listen, at the end of the day, there was no law about cryptocurrency exchanges on the books, period. So to say that these guys violated the Bank Secrecy Act, and oh, by the way, the only place that's really saying that across the entire planet is New York. New York is the only place that is telling this exchange you're violating this Bank Secrecy Act. That's where they get from around the entire planet. People, these are multinational businesses. They're international. They're global. This is cryptocurrency. They are everywhere. In New York, again, New York is the only person or place pressuring people about cryptocurrency. This is corruption. They are backed by bankers in Wall Street. I don't understand how this is hard for people in law to actually see this. I know it's not hard for them. It's them not even realizing they want to maintain the status quo. Because again, what's crazy is that New York will go after BitMex CEO Arthur Hayes. They'll go after Veritasium with Reggie Middleton, and not even to make it a black and white thing. They went after Kraken, right? They went after Ken. They went after Telegram. After every big company they can't control and makes too much money. But what is crazy again is when it comes to actually giving out the licenses that they're giving it out to people who are connected in New York. I mean, there's no other way to say it.
Right, it's so obvious.
It's so obvious.
2 + 2 is 4, man.
BitGo just got one. Like, how hard? And here's the reason why you know we're not lying. We don't talk about a new company every week getting these licenses. We talk about it once a year of a company getting this license. And this time it was a Goldman Sachs backed company that received the license. Come on. Like, this is crazy. There are so many people trying to innovate in the space and do new things, but they're not being allowed to. And that, I mean, at this point, they're being threatened. They're actually being threatened by the New York AG to do any new business in the state that they, of course, consider illegal, even though this is probably the murkiest market out there. And oh, by the way, our federal government still hasn't said anything about this wonderful asset that we saw go from $1,000 to now $60,000, $59,000 in about 3.5, 4 years. So again, they can't even come out and speak publicly about Bitcoin, but they want us to follow rules and laws that we still have no clue about what they even are on the books. This is the most like just jacked up stuff I've ever seen in my life. This is corruption. And like, you can't.
And I would say, if you need to imagine an analogy, look at how COVID was handled, and then look at these same people trying to handle cryptocurrency. We never came up with a solution. We just out here right now. Texas said, fuck it. Yeah. They said, fuck it, we out here. Florida's like, hey, forget it. We open unofficially, and that's what's happening with crypto in Miami. The mayor's like, wow, man, we a Bitcoin city. Like, forget this, all this regulation. You know what I mean? Like other places, New Hampshire, they're like, man, we're a Bitcoin state.
But let's also look at, for your analogy, let's also look at the cities and places that are opening back up. The places with guns. Texas said, we're going to do what we want and no one's going to stop us. And they did it. Florida, another big gun state. We're going to do what we want and no one's going to stop it. Again, people, I know you love to hold on to your laws and all your rules and books, which is why I keep saying I can't wait for more people to get crypto rich so they can have more people around them crypto rich and have their own guns. And then they can say, you know what? No, we're not going to do it. And they're not going to do it. I know
we're not going to take it.
We're not going to take it. I know this is a far-fetched ideal from some of you, but it is okay. You can walk on your own too. We are all going to die one day anyway, whether you die by the hands of the government or COVID or a random car accident or natural whatever, you're going to die, people. So
hey, man, Florida got through bath salts. They are not scared of COVID.
You remember zombies? People thought zombies.
Zombies. Oh yeah.
Got to keep talking about BitMex real quick for the second part of this story. To me, I won't say the more important part, because it's definitely important that New York regulators are forcing out normal, hardworking Americans from starting new businesses. I think that is very important. But what is also important is that BitMex operator appoints PwC partner as chief financial officer. That is right. Stefan Lutz will bring to the firm nearly a decade of experience as partner at auditing and consulting giant PwC when he joins in May. People, get it ready. Remember where you heard it first. Before any of the mainstream news, CoinDesk, no offense, Bitcoin Zay, Cointelegraph, anywhere else, you heard it here first. BitMex is prepping for IPO. Boom,
We
there
know
it
it.
is. They
You
are
know it.
prepping for an IPO. You don't give a partner at an auditing firm a C-suite, chief financial officer, C-suite position, unless you are trying to bargain and barter on their value to the company in which they will actually get once it's sold. Because the only reason you bring in an auditing partner is so they can audit the entire firm, see how much you're worth, and then of course to sell it. So shout out to this. I am telling you now, probably a year or two early, looking at how we called out Coinbase and what at the end of 2017, we called it out Coinbase.
2017.
So it took what, almost 18, 19, 20, what, 3.5 years. So yeah, I think this one will happen a lot faster because after Coinbase has their IPO, they'll just kind of use it as a blueprint and just run theirs right through. BitMex will be next. Hey, Coinbase is going for 77 billion. BitMex can go for 40 billion, I think, easy. But yeah, this is BitMex prepping for IPO. Also, I saw Kraken was in the news today when their CEO mentioned that, hey, he thinks they could also do an IPO one day, but $10 billion will be too cheap. Again, the point of these stories is that not only is New York pressuring crypto innovators in every direction to essentially go back to one of these old institutions and partner up with them, as you can see with JP Morgan Chase, as you can see with Goldman Sachs. All the companies that are partnered with them are receiving these licenses and stuff. But like you said, the ones that are out on their own, hey, it's jailhouse rules in New York. Are you dolo?
Are you dolo?
Nothing's flying. So I say that because this is actually the next move of what these regulators want. Now it's to pressure out the exchanges. There aren't going to be any exchange owners who ain't never got down with the get down. You don't know the secret handshake? You can't own an exchange in America. It's just that simple. Gang. You need to be having these blood ties. All right. Once the U.S. regulators find out, again, the BitMexes, the Krakens, we don't know y'all. Hey, you're going to need to sell those exchanges to somebody we know, the same way Poloniex did to Circle, who of course was also backed by Goldman Sachs. So again, I see this as being the future. All these exchanges are around now. They're either going to IPO out or the New York AG is going to scare them out of the market. And then once that happens, we'll have the Goldman Sachs, the JP Morgans, the Bank of Americas, the Wells Fargos. We'll have some of those people, as well as regulators who have either retired or resigned from their position. We'll have a conglomerate of these people get together and start owning parts of these exchanges. Some will be back deals we won't know about, but they'll own these exchanges and they'll control the inflow and outflow of fiat to crypto. That's my take on this story here. You got anything you want to throw in?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. IPO coming. Make sure you know the right people. And this PwC dude, I'm sure they played golf somewhere, talked it over, and was like, "Hey, let me audit. Let me show you how you do it. A couple years, all this will blow over. You'll be in Singapore, and you can cash out by selling it through the IPO. So don't worry about it. And this is, like I said, this may be 2 years out, a year out, but I believe this is definitely happening."
Yeah, and just to hammer that, people, again, they brought a partner at PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC. They brought a 10-year partner on board as a chief financial officer. He didn't come on board to work. You know what I mean? Like, you're already a partner at one of the biggest auditing firms on the planet. Like, you're retired. You're in your retirement stage. You're in your twilight stages. But instead, he says, "Oh, I'm gonna go take on this new role over at BitMex." Like, he didn't do it to work, people. He did it to come over there to set up what will eventually be an IPO and to take his percent home on the back end from his work he's doing now. So shout out to BitMex again, another company that, hey, they deserve it. That margin trading kept a lot of people alive and made a lot of people money. So shout out to BitMex. They definitely fought the good fight when the US and New York tried to throw them out. You know, they were dropping links to VPN articles like, hey, you know, you all can't trade, but did you know you could trade? So again, shout out to BitMex. Gang on that side there we go. What's going on? Too Rich to Miss. Williamsburg BA in the building. The P-Man band said, haha, credibility. Maybe they can show us how to steal from people and not go to jail. That's what I want to learn from all these New York regulators and bankers. Like, this show me the playbook or the lawyers that you're hiring. What's going on? Quarter Crawler, Kadeem Midget, Madam Crypto, Fonzo Clark said SEC shuts down XRP trading, but all of a sudden they piloting a private ledger for CBDC. If that's not a shakedown, please tell me what is. Explain the private thing, fellas. Exactly. And that is why we said, hey, as much as we are against XRP in this space, we don't want to actually see them lose this lawsuit, because if they lose, it's going to set precedent. If Ripple loses, it's going to set precedent. And then once that happens, we'll have the conglomerate of these people get together and start owning parts of these exchanges. So again, shout out to BitMex. Again, this is the next move of what these regulators want. Now it's to pressure out the exchanges. There aren't going to be any exchange owners who ain't never got down with the get down. You don't know the secret handshake? You can't own an exchange in America. It's just that simple. Gang. You need to be having these blood ties. All right. Once the U.S. regulators find out, again, the BitMexes, the Krakens, will have some of those people the rest of these altcoins will not survive, people. It's that
Nah.
like it's going to be done. So yeah, one world family, fumble the face. That's right. Make sure you smash that like and share. We put on another 100 subscribers. Just that we appreciate it. We're 100 away from 8,000. Let's get this 8,000 number knocked out, and then we'll be on our way to 10K. Again, this is Bitcoin 2017, people.
Oh yeah.
DJ Hall, what's going on, my man? Michael J, 64 ECG, Ray Kwanji, I like that. Sabrina, it's time. Erica K said, I saw that about Hayes. I say run, Forrest, run. Look, you know how I play, people. How much Arthur worth right now?
I don't know, close to 100 million.
Listen, I would say I wouldn't do it because of my military service. They would literally be like, oh, we about to bring you back home and you've never seen the light of day. But what I will say for civilians like Arthur, worth 100 million, man, you better be in a win. I don't even know how they got mad.
I don't even know why you picked up the phone.
Listen, for real. Only phone I'm picking up is China and Russia. Like, what type of partnership we need to make? Look, it's no way I'm going to jail, and there's no way I'm paying you 20% of my head. Like, both of those are no-goes. Like, I'm okay. I'll pay that 20. I'll go to a third world country, spend that 20% on some troops out there. Get some crypto warriors. Daryl Rogers said, don't often get a chance to catch you live. Good morning. What's going on, Daryl? Somo Vid, howdy, crypto warriors from Texas. Pick crypto. I gotta give King a gangster award for getting up this early on the west side daily to give this gospel. I became a morning person because y'all keep killing it. Hey, appreciate that quick pick. They don't know what I'm going through over here. All right, people, I'm here in LA. You got me waking up early to talk crypto. This is the work right here. Okay.
This is what it takes, people.
James Mo said. Plain Jane Mo said he's a black man that made too much money. Yeah, that probably got a lot to do with it too. And Horo Ima said regulators be making bread. Listen, who would have known if I was in school and they would have been like, no, we know you all want to throw away that like nice little bright, shiny, what's those things they used to wear in the hallways? We know you want to throw them away, but keep it.
Sachet?
What's the hall monitors?
The hall monitor sachet?
The best. Yeah, the sachet. We know you want to get rid of your sachets, but keep them because you follow this hall monitor path. You can make top hall monitor one day. It's called regulator, people. That's right. You can tell other people what to do with their money and get paid with their money to do it. It's an amazing job.
Yeah,
all right, let me lay out the regulation. Where they come at us full force. Wendy Nichols, thank you for the tip. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. All right, back to business. We're having too much fun. Gemini launches ETF and fund manager focused custody, clearing, and trade service. Woo! Big bullish sentiment right here. What's going on with Gemini?
Oh, yeah. So they start off this article by saying exactly what we said to everybody. Being your own bank isn't for everyone. And that includes companies and fund managers looking to issue cryptocurrency investment vehicles. So today, Gemini has announced the launch of a new service tailored specifically towards funds and ETFs. It is called Gemini Fund Solutions. And this new service will offer custody, clearing, trade execution, and other capital markets, as well as provide education around the crypto marketplace. And lastly, act as a centralized hub for crypto liquidity providers. So basically, they're going to bring in funds and ETFs, and they're going to be able to put their money onto Gemini's fund solutions and have the liquidity and custody and security that is standard grade for institutional people. And again, we say this all the time. The goal is for us individually to be our own bank, but I can guarantee you, once you start hitting those 9-10 figures as a business, you are probably looking for something such as this. And I'm sure Gemini has a stronghold in the regulator as well as institutional market because they are doing similar to what BNY Mellon is doing, where they have custody services. They're doing similar to Fidelity. They have similar to PayPal. The only thing is they're pushing it up a notch and making it institutional. So shout out to Gemini. We know what they're going for. Again, you can't be mad if somebody's focus is institutional investors, because that's where all the money is currently. And then we take all the money from them, put it into their own pockets, and then later they become the institution. So that seems to be the game, and we're starting to see it happen now. So it's BitGo, Gemini, a few other ones are institutional grade.
And also want to give a real shout out to Gemini. I know we gave the Gemini twins some hard times on this show before as they switched over toward that institution. But like you said, they're doing it for their business. And to keep it real, Gemini is about the crypto community, people. I remember they went on the news a few weeks ago and that when Bitcoin first hit its all-time high again, and the reporter was being an asshole to him, even to the effect one of the twins had to ask him, he's like, do you do your job and you ask these questions? You're asking us the questions like we've been reporting on people we work. Like,
yeah.
Shout out to Gemini twins. I think they were bombarded by that reporter, but also, like, yes, they will more than likely be the group, the new school group of people to get the Bitcoin ETFs, to get the licenses, which they already have one of the licenses actually from New York. These are the chosen ones in the community. By a part of that, they are blue blood, the family line and all that stuff. We know they went to Harvard, helped create Facebook. So they have this history, and the fact that they still are about the community, even though they're doing institutional marketing as getting those as customers, they are still about the community. So I want to say shout out to Gemini because these are the twins. These are some of the people we're going to have to look to as this whole ecosystem continues to build, and they keep trying to get us to go back to institutions and go back to that. That's why I still use Gemini right now. Are their fees a little higher? Yes, but I will say during the bull run of 2017, when exchanges were going down left and right, or they couldn't transact this or that, hey, Gemini was like, y'all know we rich for real.
Yeah.
Like,
Y'all say Gemini doesn't go down. I never hear about
Gemini
Gemini.
is rich for real, people. So when it came about exit scams, is my money safe and all that? Not saying leaving it on exchange, but at least onboarding and offboarding. I will say I have been using them for years. I know all of their stuff is probably going to go to the government in the next year or two.
Hey,
but whatever.
I don't have any problem with them except for the fact they still haven't jumped Mark Zuckerberg. I don't see how 265 D1 athletes allowed him to just take that, but they're getting their revenge back with money. So again, we tell people all the time, if you want to get revenge, see the money of violence, they ain't choose violence, so now they're gonna catch up to him and be just as rich, just as sweet.
First, I'm gonna need you to add a yet. Put a yet dot.
Not yet.
When I get in that room with them, so how much would it be worth to you? Oh man, shout out to Maurice Thompson talking about Zay. You got love for the 336. I used to live in G Borough. What's going on?
Oh yeah, G Borough, baby.
What's going on? What do we know about G Borough? We done been to A&T Homecoming, Aggie Pride.
Been outside Music City tearing it up.
Yeah, music
and Lotus.
Oh, Lotus Lounge. Oh man, stop
taking it back, showing my age. Let's go. Shout out to Greensboro, man.
I can't even focus now. You didn't mess me all up. Douglas Spacey, what's your opinion of the Kraken exchange? I want to purchase some flow coins. Unless outside of Kraken doing an IPO or an IEO. Remember, they actually all tried to do IEOs, initial exchange offerings. I guess that got shut down by the government. But outside of selling their exchange, I don't see any value in Kraken right now. Kraken's been a dead exchange for a while, but I do see value. I guess their flow coin might be their coin. If they sell their exchange, maybe. But even then, we saw Poloniex sell their exchange, and that thing still stayed dead. That's the thing. These exchanges are dead. These companies are going to buy them, I guess, assuming and hoping people flood to them once JP Morgan owns it, but that makes it less attractive. So I'm not sure how this is even going to work, but I would not purchase those coins. There's a lot of other projects out there.
And you may be able to get it on gate.io.
There you go.
Yeah, go to gate.io, maybe a little bit better than Kraken, but it depends on what you
feel. Too rich to miss. I think BitMex will go this SPAC route to IPO like Coinbase. Again, I think not only they will, but a lot of other companies in the space will if they want to have any chance to survive. So we will see. But that's a special purpose acquisition company, which is publicly traded, created for the purpose of acquiring or merging with an existing company. I thought Coinbase was going to originally go that route with Facebook. I thought Facebook would have either partnered or bought Coinbase, which is what they should have done. But instead, Facebook thought they were smart enough to challenge gang on their own. Found out the hard way that was not it. So again, Coinbase did its own thing. I can see BitMex and other people kind of partnering and merging. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's see. Malik Howard says, sounds like all the exchanges are going to sell out to traditional markets. Yep, I think so, because honestly, they have three choices. You look at it this way. It's New York. It's New York telling them, yo, we got a gang of police officers, a gang of paramilitary task forces, and we got the real military by way of the U.S. government, and we got our regulators here. And you are either going to retire yourself and take your money and run, you're going to sell out to one of these companies we're going to give you on this list, or we're going to throw you in prison. Most people are going to either retire or going to sell their company, which is what we're essentially seeing now. For the few who keep fighting it, they're either getting crazy fined or they are actually being thrown in prison. So I don't know. We'll see how this looks. We see how this looks. All right, a couple last comments. Crypto culture was going on. Crypto culture Black Sunday. I personally prefer Gate.io over Kraken. There we go.
Yep.
What's going on, Majestic? You already missed those takes. What's up, Jiu-Jitsu Crypto? Ken Mitchin. Coin Metro's exchange. I haven't used Coin Metro. Have you Bitcoin, Zay?
I have not. Never heard of it. But try it out and see what you think.
There you go. I mean, listen, when people ask about what do we think XYZ as an exchange, for the most part, at this point, this is different. In 2017, when we first started, we really had to talk about exchanges because you didn't have a way to trade if you were off an exchange. And then cross-atomic swaps came, which is essentially swapping crypto to crypto. And there was no need for an exchange except for the fiat to crypto conversion either way, or crypto to fiat, fiat to crypto. So I want to kind of bring that up again. When we talk about exchanges, unless you're trading for a specific coin or you're going fiat to crypto, crypto to fiat, there really isn't any need for any exchange. And I say that so that you know that feel free to use almost every exchange out there as long as you're getting on and getting off. If you're getting on and parking it is where you're having your issues. So something to consider. Last but not least, crypto.com launches $200 million investment fund for cryptocurrency startups. What's going on here, Bitcoin, Zay?
Oh yeah, crypto.com, they have launched a venture arm to set aside $200 million to invest in promising cryptocurrency startups as it seeks to expand its partnerships with entrepreneurs in the crypto and blockchain industry. $200 million fund will be used to invest in seed rounds with single investments poised to reach anywhere between 100,000 and 3 million. Investments in Series A funding rounds will be anywhere from 3 million to 10 million. So crypto.com, which was previously Monaco, again, people, the rebrand is strong.
Listen,
We've been here so long. I remember when Monaco came out and everybody was hey, it was Monaco, and then they switched over to this is the rebrand of a lifetime. And again, people, this is so hilarious. They were founded in 2017. Everybody, or 2016, I remember everybody was saying Monaco was some bullshit.
Bro,
I think they heard it too.
I didn't know they were Monaco.
Exactly, and we've been here, and that's what I keep telling people. They rebrand when they suck, in the bear market, and then when the bull market starts, they come back as crypto.com. But again, they are able to take this money and to invest it into small businesses so that they can have investment or equity in smaller cryptocurrency projects. I would try to see if we can invite them to the Black Bitcoin Billionaires for a demo day. Find some companies that they can pitch in front of them so that they can see some new faces. As every company doesn't look the same on Cointelegraph's top 100. but yeah, crypto.com, their principle is founders first, and they know how hard it is to bring game-changing ideas to life. So again, people, when you have ideas and people are like, so what can I do to help? Money. Don't even talk about anything else, so they say money, and that's what they're looking to do here.
Yeah, in early March, crypto.com became a sponsor of the Aston Martin Formula One racing team. Again, you got you sponsoring a racing team, and I'm not going to kill him right now because hey, if you got this paper, we're going to reach out to you. We're going to see what you're talking about. Crypto.com, Monaco, sponsor the gentleman of crypto. Let's get this thing rolling. But we got to say, I mean, to sponsor a racing team, to me, that's a bad look because why? I don't get it. And then also, again, like you said, I've been seeing more crypto.com stuff the past 6 months. And I'm not going to lie, I don't want to say it out loud because this is one of those things I know I'm supposed to know. But also, I didn't care enough to do the research because I wasn't like involved with crypto.com. But I kept thinking to myself, where did they come from to come out with so much steam? And I haven't heard of them. I really kept asking myself that. I was like, they got so much steam. They have so much community. I haven't heard of these people. And people, failed project. So again, this is one of those things where you do kind of have to talk about it for self-regulation because it's like, yo, you're trying to bring regulators around, like you're bringing the heat around. Pop up one day saying we got 200 million for projects in the space. But oh, by the way, we used to be a different company that made the money under a different name. It's like, what happened to the Monaco?
Under ICO. Yeah, I would say Monaco ICO. Let me look this up.
Yeah, let's look this up while we live. That's what I'm talking
about. Yeah,
because
because people don't understand when we try to tell them, like most of these companies that people are like, hey, what do you think about such and such? We tell them it's garbage. And they're like, what do you mean? It's like, because 4 years ago it was something different. They just rebranded and they caught you slipping because you're a new person. So
I
let's
cannot
see.
believe that.
All right, so let's bring this up. I'm gonna share the screen real quick so you all can
Monaco.
see.
I haven't heard that
Monaco.
name forever.
The reason they got all the hype was because they were supposedly going to have, remember, MasterCard and Visa accredited. Remember this? Monaco accessible platform is a MasterCard and Visa accredited processor, right? So they started out that way, and it took 3 years for that to go through. But they raised $26.7 million, people, and it only took them 1 month.
In
From
2017,
17,
in June.
1 month in June, they raised $26 million in 1 month.
$5,000 Bitcoin to win up to 55,000. I know where they're getting this money from, which is why they're giving it away, because they know if they keep it, that ass is about to get grabbed by gang. Straight up.
Exactly.
You got to give the money away. You have to give it away.
Exactly. And that's why we're here, man, because people think, being in this space a long time, they think some of these companies are great. And I'm like, no, he was shitty back in 2014. He was shitty in 2017. And here they are in 2021 with $200 million to spend. So not saying that what they did was illegal or that it was wrong. All I'm saying is watch the rebrand and all the promises that they made is coming true now with their card. The thing is, it took 3 years. So remember when we said about ICOs, you could buy them, but most people don't have anything to show for it. And this is how we come up with crypto.com.
And you know what? Again, I'm glad you brought them up. We're not going to kill you too much, crypto.com, because like I said, we're definitely going to go ahead and get this money from you all to sponsor us. We'll shout you out every day. Hey, rebrand. You need some help. We'll help. But
yeah,
you definitely have to point that out. And I'm glad you brought it up. Like people say, this is the reason we're in the space. People are like, oh, they just do the news. It's like, oh, you would have been able to break that down on your own. You would have been able to know that crypto.com got $200 from a $23 million ICO back in 2017 when the price was like $4,000 or $5,000. Like, and
would
again,
you have known?
I didn't even do the due diligence. The fact that you just said Monaco and it sparked, I was like, hold on. Hold the phone. The phone. So again, it's crazy to see that, but you guys gotta be leery. Oh, Madam Crypto, thank you for the big tip. Will we have a talk about running nodes on Talk Shop? Because of you, we will now this weekend. We'll put it in the notes right now. Talk running nodes. I'm assuming you're talking about running a Bitcoin node or what kind of node? Any node out there?
Well, I put the link to Get Umbrel. You can run a Bitcoin and Lightning node. Very, very good for beginners. Just get you a $30, $40 Raspberry Pi, and they have all the directions. And you can run your own node. And that's how you build up the market. I also have that information in the second book as well, because running a node that's how you keep the industry going. So definitely, Madam Crypto, we'll talk about that one Sunday.
All right. Last few comments. Knife Watch said BitGo is seriously winning today after that New York license. Heard their CEO will be on CNBC later on today. Well, that's the CNBC. Look, good job. They were smart. They came after us, but they were smart.
Yeah.
Michael Sloan, thanks for the work info. No problem. You guys give out. I'm interested in buying Bitcoin. I'm on Coinbase, but heard you guys don't recommend them. Can you point me in the right direction? And again, people, the only reason we really don't recommend Coinbase is because of two things: their lack of the support, and also they will restrict or just shut down your account without telling you, even at high trading times. So again, that's just one of the things was kind of scary where they just log on, they're like, hey, your account closed. You need to get off, you get your Bitcoin now, it's gone type of deal. But we suggest Uphold, and again, Gemini is a good place as well. Zeno C, what's going on? Ashley Robles 001 said, I effed up with Coinbase wallet. Can't even take out the coins because miner fees are crazy as hell. That's what we were telling you. Exactly what I just said, people. Everyone keeps saying, why not Coinbase? And they think it's this cultural thing and all this other stuff. People, at the end of the day, for people like, I don't know what it is now because the price of Bitcoin has shifted, but it used to be like literally around $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 worth of Bitcoin, your account getting shut down immediately.
Out of here. And it's funny. Good marketing, man. Good marketing. Right. This is one of the worst exchanges, but everybody uses it because it's good marketing.
Exactly. What's going on, chats with Decentralized? William Justice, 186 watching. There we go. Look, Crypto Key said, I remember Monaco. Mickey Ross said, they caught me slipping, boy. Will Winston, thank you. Said, awesome job. Let's see. Want to know more about nodes and NFTs. All right, log on this Sunday. We will talk about nodes and NFTs. Face Bitcoin. Zay, you still doing things with eToro?
Yep. Still available on the website. Still rocking with them. Absolutely.
All right. And then last but not least, oh wow, S1 Dub said those in New York cannot use Uphold. I did not know
Oh,
that.
that
That
is
is
a
crazy.
that
It's because
is
they got the
crazy.
cards, probably. They got the
Yeah.
Uphold cards. And shout out to Lisa, she mentioned it too yesterday. But yeah, you can have a gold and silver card on Uphold too. So you can hold gold, silver, fiat currency of different currencies like euros, yuan, yens,
Mhm.
dollars, as well as your crypto. So yeah, shout out to Uphold. All right, last but not least, Madam Crypto, where can I get Monero? You can cross atomic swap into it, or you can buy it. Where else is that? A couple different exchanges I know.
Yeah, but they're a little hard to find. Bittrex, I think, still has it, and Binance as well.
There you go. But try Shapeshift or cross atomic swap into it. All right. Other than that, that is the show for today. As always, thank you for watching. Please smash that like and share. Again, if you have a lot of questions that you want to answer, make sure you log on to our Sunday series, Talk Shop Live. That link has been in the description of every show every day. So if it's not in today's show, make sure you check yesterday's before we put everything in there. Other than that, Bitcoins, that you have anything?
Nothing more for me. Watch us on Sunday, 6 p.m. Talk Shop Live. Don't forget to tip the bartender.
There it is. So, bro, you always catch me off guard. Hey, bye. Have a great Thursday, everybody. We